Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I want to talk about A Man Among Ye, an 8-issue miniseries written by Stephanie Phillips with art by Craig Cermak. It was published by Image Comics during the dark times, as we'll always remember, thanks to Diamond Comics' genius idea with their dumb little sticker here. Here I have the first 4 issues, and as always we'll start off by checking out the covers. The cover for issue number 1 here, a variant cover by Stephanie Phillips. The following issues have the standard covered by Craig Cermak. So here you have issue number 2, issue number 3, and issue number 4. A Man Among Ye follows the adventures of Anne Bonny, which was one of the very few women pirates ever recorded in history. Of course, the history of pirates is a very shaky subject, and we can't really know for sure what's real, what's not, what's a legend. This isn't a history book, so we shouldn't think all that much. Anne Bonny is the main character of the series, and that should be enough. I was really excited for this because I like redheads, I like pirates, and come on. The first issue starts off really strong. I mean, just the first page here. Look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. We have an awesome drawing of Anne on the interior cover here. And it continues. I mean, come on. Just pirates stabbing, shooting, stabbing again, killing, looking absolutely awesome doing it. What's not to like? Again, I was really excited for this, and the beginning of the first issue really got me pumped. So here we see Anne Bonny with her captain, Captain Calico Jack Rackham, and of course the first issue we get introduced to a lot of elements of the story. So here we see their relationship with Captain Calico Jack going, "We'll continue our conversation later, privately, wink wink," and Anne going, "Aye aye, Captain." We see the crew here. Again, Anne absolutely badass. Then we we start seeing some dumb stuff. So we're introduced to a lot of elements of the story. Here we see the crew. This guy here going, "Captain, I'm sorry to be bothering you and the missus." And Anne absolutely gets activated. "Missus, you think I'm just here to ... And it's like, I mean, you're not just here for that, but come on. Of course, the main idea is to show us that being a woman, she's not really accepted by the crew here. And we'll see the woman among pirates card being played with a lot more elements throughout the story here. Then we get to meet the main character of the story. Of course, we've got pirates. We need to have the authority that fights against them. So here we have this guy right here, sent by the British Empire to stop the pirates wherever he can. And the story is set towards the end of the golden era of pirates, so he's pretty successful. Then we're getting back to Anne Bonny and Captain Calico Jack, and we meet our final character from the main cast here, which was supposed to be, again, history is very shaky, so this is Mary Read, which was, according to some sources, Anne Bonny's lover, partner, whatever you want. So again, we've got a little bit of conflict between Anne trying to help Mary here and Calico Jack's crew. And a nice surprise, quote unquote, and the setup for the rest of the story. So this was a nice first issue, nothing groundbreaking. The beginning here was definitely the best part. After that it kind of got formulaic, so we have the action and cool stuff happening, then the bad guy talking, then the main guys talking, and of course more talking. Even if there should have been a conflict here, it really didn't lead to anything, so but again, it was a fine first issue, it was okay. Then we get to the ending here, we get some information about the people involved with this. We get Stephanie Phillips writing about Anne Bonny here, and we get to see her history, how, again, we don't really know for sure if she actually existed, but if she did, she was from Ireland. She left her husband for Calico Jack and decided to pursue a life of piracy. Then on the final page here, Stephanie Phillips starts talking about pirates like they're social justice warriors, and how they actually fought racism because they attacked ships that transported slaves, from Africa and stuff like that. And it's really weird, and you read this and you definitely start thinking, oh my god, Stephanie Phillips is an absolute moron. And that kind of soured me towards the rest of the series, and I was definitely right, because what follows is an absolute train wreck. I mean, this definitely reminds me of Robert Downey Jr.'s character from Tropical Thunder. You don't go full. Well, Stephanie Phillips definitely went there, and oh my god. Now, the drop in quality is evident starting with issue number 2 here. So the first issue ended with Stephanie Phillips describing Anne Bonny's history, how she got married, she left her husband, she became a pirate. The second issue starts with Anne Bonny repeating that information for 4 pages. And it's like, why, dude? The whole comic is 20 pages. Why waste 4 of those to tell us something we already knew from your first issue? And the annoying part is that, like the first issue, This second one starts off with a bit of action, you know, some good stuff, but then it gets formulaic. So the action is abruptly interrupted, then we get 4 pages wasted, then we get the bad guy again, a mandatory appearance for the middle of every issue it seems. Then again, it turns out to be an actual formula for every issue, because like the first one, here we see another conflict towards the end that goes nowhere. So this guy, part of Calico Jack's crew, poisons Anne Bonny, and it's like, oh my god, what is gonna happen? Nothing, because just 2 pages and the whole problem gets resolved. And it's like, okay, so that was a waste. Then we get the final 2 main, quote-unquote, main characters, which, as we can see on the cover of the 4th issue, this is Anne Bonny's new crew, since here we see her Calico Jack and his ship leaving her behind. So we get introduced to these 2 characters. As I've mentioned, Stephanie Phillips definitely played the not race card but inclusion card, social justice warrior card at the end of the 1st issue, and of course we needed to have these characters. The problem is this character specifically is an absolute brute. She is so racist in her portrayal that it genuinely becomes uncomfortable to read. This other character does not matter. Actually, none of them matter, because, so here I have the first 4 issues. I'm gonna jump ahead to the final issue, issue number 8. They appear in a total of 3 or 4 panels in that issue. She doesn't speak. She gets to speak in one of the panels, and the final panel that they appear in, their background, they don't say anything and they're set in the background, and then for the rest half of the issue we don't hear about them and they don't exist. And that's kind of them throughout the whole series. They're just there so Anne Bonny could have her all-women team, but actually when you actually read the story, they're kind of there to tell us what kind of porn Stephanie Phillips watches, and it's again disturbing and definitely not as inclusive as she thought it would be. It's really weird. The whole story is weird and stupid, because what started as Anne Bonny doing pirate stuff with Captain Calico Jack and his crew then quickly devolves into Calico Jack betraying Anne Bonny. She swears revenge. He sides with the bad guy here, and it's like, why? We get introduced to this dude who, I mean, Calico Jack should be the best pirate around. Well, this guy's kind of like his equal, you know. And again, they're the best pirates, and they side with the Empire, and it's like, okay. However, this guy, being the one of the best pirates, gets absolutely destroyed in the 4th issue. And it's like, why introduce him? Why make him seem important, when it's like, whoop, and he's dead. And again, I mean, talk about the portrayal. And she goes, what? I did not like him. And it's like, I don't think that's how pirates talked 300 years ago, but okay. So again, it's stupid. Stephanie Phillips definitely wanted a girls' team story going against the bad men, and I would have been there for that. However, again, jumping ahead to issue 8, by that issue, Anne Bonny goes after Calico Jack, and she gets another teammate, so her crew actually gets 5 members then. So she goes after Calico Jack, and they start fighting to the death. And during their fight, Anne Bonny tells him that she's pregnant with his child, and she goes, well, let's stop fighting because I love you. And she admits that she, of course, also loves him. And the whole story was girl power, men bad. Again, Calico Jack betraying Anne Bonny. Then by the final issue they go, oh, actually no, we love each other. Then Calico Jack in the final issue gets killed by that new member, again, another woman, and that new member gets killed in the end by Anne Bonny. So it's like an absolute mess. Just hearing myself explain it, it's stupid. It's genuinely stupid, because this definitely seemed like a story that, quote unquote, was taking a side, and by the end, that side was, oh no, men aren't actually bad. Love should triumph overall, but women are bitches, and they get between that love. And it's like, what are you trying to say, man? Pick a side if you wanna go that route. Just an absolute mess. Don't read this. I honestly don't know why I'm doing this review, because again, just trying to talk about it, I mean, it's really weird. Again, this was a huge disappointment, because, as I said, I like redheads, I like pirates. This should have been an easy win. I was on board with the whole girl power, all-women team led by Anne Bonny. I was on board with the whole men bad idea, women win. But in the end, it turned out, no, the love between a man and a woman was the most important thing, and other women are the bad guys. And it's like, my god, I honestly can't believe I read something this bad. And keep in mind, I dropped the series after the 4th issue, just read the final one because I just had to see how this train wreck would end. It surpassed my expectations with how bad it actually was. Don't read this, don't waste your time. This should have been such an easy win, but it actually turned out to be nothing, an absolutely moronic series. And the variant cover by Stepan Sage turned out to be the best part of this whole thing. Don't read it, don't waste your time. Not a recommend. What I do recommend is going back to my past videos, looking at my reviews for A Devil's Red Bride, Terry Moore's Serial, or Echolands by J.H. Williams. Those are amazing series and you'll definitely like those. Definitely watch the reviews for those, and if you enjoy them, maybe subscribe to the channel, leave a like, not to this video because again it doesn't deserve it, but leave a like to those reviews because I am pretty proud of those, and look forward to more reviews. Hopefully my next one is for a better series than what we have here. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.